أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدًا عبده ورسوله أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين لن تنالوا البر حتى تنفقوا مما تحبون وما تنفقوا من شيء فإن الله به عليم. शायद तर्जुमा है कि तुम कामिल नेकी को
Translation
हरगिज नहीं
of
पा
this
सकते।
verse is that never will you attain to righteousness until you spend out of that which you love. And whatever you spend, Allah the Almighty most surely knows about it. As Allah the Almighty has explained in the Holy Quran, that perfect righteousness or goodness can never be obtained until you spend out of that of your wealth or your money or your possessions that you love for the sake of Allah, and you sacrifice it for the sake of Allah the Almighty, and you spend it for the sake of Allah the Almighty. So therefore, a true mu'min or a true believer who seeks the happiness and pleasure of Allah the Almighty tries to attain those levels of goodness and virtue, and should try to attain those levels of virtue and goodness, which brings him or her near to Allah the Almighty. In the Holy Quran, to attain the nearness of Allah the Almighty, at various places of the Holy Quran, Allah has commanded us. Various verses have been explained to us to outline how goodness is linked to spending money. In the verse that I have recited, it is said that he who spends in the way of Allah attains a great reward. And it is said that that possession, that thing that you have, the money that you possess, out of that, if you spend a greater proportion which you are fond of, that will be considered a greater virtue or goodness. Allah the Almighty rewards all acts that are done for pleasing Him. That is, of course, the case. However, because a person loves money, therefore special emphasis has been placed on this fact here. So therefore, faith and true goodness and the right standards of sacrifices have been set by Allah the Almighty here with this
languages,
measure.
including translations in English, French, Mende, Temene, as well as in Krio. But if you listen to we on air on 91.7, not going away, opportunity there for you for make you go listen to the Friday sermon here. Waiting on a love, the real virtue or the real goodness now for spend in the way of Allah, out of that share, oh, na truly love and like, and on a sacrifice for the sake of Allah the Almighty. The promised Messiah, alayhi salatu wasalam, make peace be upon him. And I explain this in various places. In one place, the prophet doubt on a love. If we look at the time of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and compare unto we on them, we go notice say, we go sorry for this we on them nowadays. Nothing more nor they we beloved to a person past their own life. During the time of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, they be laid down their own life. In the time of the Holy Prophet, literally they been for lay down their life. The promised Messiah say, themselves been man them and woman them, and then been like their own life as well. But then they always look for the opportunity of how they will give up their own life for the sake of Allah. Then the promised Messiah alayhi salatu wasalam say, no person go claim for be good if then just simply spend in the way of God just minimal amount. The door to goodness and goodness is very small. So for spend the leftover for the sake of God, it not go give you any reward, because the true measure where Allah the outline na that na lan tanalul birra hatta tunfiku mimma tuhibun. Never una no become righteous unless una spend out of that way una love, and until una spend out of the thing the way una love, una no go forget that level of measure. Huzur say if una want for go through hardship and make sacrifice, if we not truly want to forget the level of virtue, then we not become people that will be successful. The promised Messiah say, the promised Messiah al-Islam be reached to the highest level purely because they not get nothing. Forget dunya, accolade, degree, and award. How many tranganes we person can go through for make them go achieve all anything and then in this world? When somebody go through that ranganess day and difficulty, finally they can get that reward or that certificate way that valuable at all times. So imagine the reward, the title of radiyallahu anhu, that Allah will be pleased with them. When a sign of the God of the heaven will be pleased with people. When I think say then the person go get them easy one. The fact of the matter another, for please Allah the Almighty, when a true source of inner happiness, person not go get them until una sustain and bear difficulties and triangleness will go come on away. Blessing deep at the one them we go realize that Allah no go tire and then no worry about the strangeness on the short time, because the long term, the permanent and the everlasting happiness person go get or believer go get them after we go through the strangeness there and trials there. The promised Messiah alayhi salatu wasalam say person, it can lack money and it can lack wealth. This is not the reason why in the interpretation of dream, it did say if somebody see inside dream, say it take out a liver and give up a game to somebody, this means say na money. This is not the reason why that true dedication and that true faith, Allah the Almighty don't say lan tanallul birra hatta tunfiku mimma tuhibun. Una no ever become righteous people unless una spend out of the thing the way una truly love. Because sympathy and compassion with Motaman entail to a large part for spend. For truly love other people and Motaman them, una for spend money for attend that purpose them. And compassion to other people now such an important aspect that then consider and say na how and them on a go before fulfill and achieve on a faith, on a for make sacrifice, for help other people for help other people it requires sacrifice. For get sorry for other people for spend in the way of Allah, nothing necessary. It's very important in this verse. Lan tanalu birra hatta tunfiku mimma tuhibun. On not ever become righteous people unless on spend out of the thing that wanna love. This 9 days inside this teaching here. So Huzur say for spend in the way of Allah, na good luck, na blessing, and a standard of taqwa, of righteousness. The promised Messiah al-Islam say Hazrat Abu Bakr Siddiq, may Allah be pleased with him. And in life we observe say that the status for sacrifice now be when the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam be expressed say it needs something. Hazrat Abu Bakr being count everything will be in your home. A count everything will be in your home and a count unto the Holy Prophet. Then the promised Messiah al-Islam say, oh, no love money no more, because Allah the Almighty say, lan tanallur birra hatta tunfiku mimma tuhibun. That Allah here they say, una no go reach me, una no go reach that level of true goodness unless una spend out of the thing that una like, out of una money, una love, we na paying una heart deeper. Huzur say, like how I don't explain that this not the highest standard of righteousness we person go get. So this not that secret or this not that understanding. Remember them of the Ahmadiyya Muslim Jama'at that don't truly understand. These are the teachings of the promised Messiah al-Islam and don't impact we and don't continue even today and don't allow we forget that standard where the companions then be set. And then in the time of the promised Messiah al-Islam, those of in companions and themselves being established that standard day. After that, during the time of the Khalifa them, the successors them of the promised Messiah al-Islam would not observe this level of sacrifice where it don't they continue among the Jama'at member them. Even on today as we talk, then they fulfill. The Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam don't give boku emphasis on sacrifice financially. The Sahaba them themselves be understand in message and they be work with them. One tradition mentioned, say, Hazrat Ibn Mansur mentioned that the Holy Prophet mentioned, say, apart from two people, who are not for jealous any other person, the one person, now that person, where Allah the Almighty give money, again gently, and he spend them for the right way, in the right way. Then the other person, now that person where Allah give the understanding, intelligence, wisdom, upon which make determination, decisions, and teach people. Huzur say this not that standard that the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam been tried for put and advise in companions them, and this level then be established among them. One tradition mentioned that Abu Mansur Ansari mentioned, say the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam when he gave instruction for give sadaqah, One per week go to the market, go make efforts for sell things them. For example, a type of measurement when a few kilograms. So we go get grain or corn or some type of food we go sell, or we go give that as sadaka. We think say that not the way we go take part in this requirement where the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam express. They not be just try forget from other people and whatever way they been get. Then say self na in the bedegi. The narrator of this hadith say the status among them people now that Allah been give them so much reward as a result of them financial sacrifice that Bokuten then they now they don't get over 100,000 dirham. They want them way be they do labor work for good charity. Now they get hundreds of thousands of money. Huzur say this not a secret where the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam be explained to we and self he advise we for make we go do the same. This not that teachings where Allah the Almighty also don't teach we in the Holy Quran. That una for spend in the way of Allah and spend out of waiting on a love. The tradition further mentioned that the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam bakuten dende go make expression of requirement of alms, say he need money. The companions then go count whatever we then get at their home. This go form a huge pile. So for that reason, they who don't say chanda or for spend or sadaka, a very important for the sake of different schemes them and different projects them. Always the people them of the Jama'at them of the righteous people and don't understand this in the past. And in the past, the community of the righteous people or the good people them that they don't give whatever sacrifice way them be supposed for give towards this end. Boku blessings then they we person go get where you go spend for the way of Allah. Now one place the Holy Prophet don't advise with relation to Hazrat Asma, may Allah be pleased with him, that in the way of Allah una no count waiting una they spend in the way of Allah, because Allah go then count in your reward. We forgive una not just give small amount and quickly lock on a wallet or lock on a purse for hide the rest of them. Una spend out of the maximum capacity una go able. Then una trust Allah. Allah go return that favor they back to una. Then a tradition day of Abu Hurairah, may Allah be pleased with him, that every morning 2 angels they come down. One per the angel then they go say, oh Allah, give more to that person where they spend, where they sacrifice and they give wealth and give them more wealth, give them more money. The second angel go pray, go say, oh Allah, put below for that person where greedy and put below for them way. Huzur say, today this way now we don't understand them. Ahmadiyya Jama'at don't understand them. The history of Ahmadiyya is full up with these blessings, and we don't see how this blessing don't they add more and more. And we don't see how general spending don't give more reward. One member of the Jama'at don't say, I've been get small amount and I do some business or some trade. I've been need for buy some important stock them. And the situation are that financially I've been get difficult situation. I not be even sure of my business say go continue. The Papa tell me that give all your money into sadaqah or charity, give them in the way for sacrifice to Allah. So I give them as sadaqah. Allah been get for prepare for me such a reward that I get an order will been give me ability for get more profit past day or more savings past before, where I put by my business and then my business being get for flourish and better. Huzur say, even in this we own time now, Allah the Almighty, they display this sign through the true servants and followers of the promised Messiah Islam for try for strengthen them faith. The Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam Bakuten Dende don't strongly lay emphasis on financial sacrifice. Hazrat Hassani explained that the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and this na hadith where they say hadith could see that this na talk where directly from God Almighty, that on account of Allah where they inform me that all picking of Adam on a gather together on a money to me, on a be happy, on a not afraid fire, and self on a no go fear for drown, and self on a no go afraid somebody for tifuna, because I go return to una the full treasure on that day when una need them the most. That is in the life to come. Huzur say that when somebody don't know how God go deal with them, and not go truly know how Boko goodness wey he don do, Allah don say on that occasion, na me go reward una for una sacrifice, and he go provide a means for una forgiveness. So this na that business or that bargain wey Allah dey do with the believer them. The promised Messiah alayhi salam say na one place, I truly believe that greedy and faith not dey go side by side. The person wey na a sincere person wey get devoted heart, he believe in Allah the Almighty, and not they consider a money for be only that money wey go store na in savings. In fact, he go consider all the money wey he gets as Allah in own, meaning to say that he not they become person wey greedy, just like darkness, light they move and come out. Then he say a nation for require people for serve this movement as much as possible. They not forget any difficulty for serve and say for give financial support. No movement na the world no go move without money. The Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Musa alayhi salam, Isa alayhi wasallam, at the time of all the messengers, them money, them being collect them together. So we on Jama'at self, we need to understand this one. If they give just a little bit amount every year, then they go boku at the end of the year. In this regard, the first Caliph, a example with observe them. Look at how the first Caliph, upon the expression of the promised Messiah for fulfill a mission, he began for make sacrifice. The promised Messiah alayhi salam, with relation to the first Caliph, he say, if I give permission, then he before don't give everything we get for the sake of Allah. Just like he fulfill the right of spiritual sacrifice, he before don't give everything as well. I go show now some letters them way I get from as example. The first Caliph write to the promised Messiah alayhi salam, I sacrifice myself for your sake. Whatever I get, not to me own, na you own. Oh, spiritual guide and leader, I say with all my heart and strength that all my wealth, everything I get, if I spend them in the way of religion and faith, I before all reach my objective. If with regards to the shortage of subscribers of Brahini Ahmadiyya, if difficulties been there for publish this book here as a lack of subscribers of people that will go by, allow me for perform this small service by way we go fulfill all the amount when I be the difficulty we been there, and self go return all the amount of the one that we don't buy this. He say, na me believe. The promised Messiah say, na me believe that all the expenditure Hazrat Khalifatul Masih IV, when he spent all the money on Brahini Ahmadiyya publication, Huzur say, this is not the level of sacrifice of the first Khalifa. Then Hazrat Khalifatul Masih II of the Jama'at, when he be make the announcement of Tariq Jadid and Waqf Jadid for people for contribute towards them, boku people and they we been cow with things them we they been get. People even cow with egg, they cow the animals and like fall. People will be working at the farm, whatever we they been get, they been cow with. Even the poor people then go come and make their own sacrifice to the second Caliph after we make announcement of the scheme of Tariq Jadid. It been used for also present examples of some of the elders them. In this light, I give the example of Hazrat Dr. Khalifatul Rashiduddin Sahib, where Nabi Hazrat Nasir and Papa and first wife in Papa. Similarly, Nabi the maternal grandpapa of Hazrat Khalifatul Masih IV, the second Khalifa say, when Dr. Khalifa Rashiduddin Sahib being heard the claim of the promised Messiah alayhi salam, immediately it being get for say the person who don't make such a big claim, it not going to be a liar. Meaning to say, it not even need any argument. The fact that it be make a claim, it be enough for him that in be the Messiah and Imam Mahdi. Rapidly it being get for sign the bayat and join the Jama'at. The promised Messiah alayhi salam a count in name among in 12 special companion them in sacrifice it being so much exceptional that the promised Messiah al-Islam being given a written certificate that you don't make so many great financial sacrifice until now that you don't even need for make any other one again in the future, but you still continue for make sacrifice. But the promised Messiah al-Islam being given this award here regardless. As the Muslim Maud, the second caliph of the Ahmadiyya Muslim Jama'at, say, I remember that time of the promised Messiah alayhi salam, when a case been there against Nagodarspor, he been need some money for fetch this case, so he been get for make an appeal among some paimpadi them, but because the expenditure been on the hard, for example, we get a longer kana when at the kitchen Akadian and Kudarspor, as a result of the promised Messiah Islam being there Godarspor, people and be used for good day, they go give food to the stranger that we go arrive. So the promised Messiah Islam say expenditure been there for this case where they don't put against them. So people for pay attention towards financial sacrifice. When this appeal of the promised Messiah Islam be reached the ears of Dr. Khalifatul Rashiduddin Sahib, coincidentally 450 rupees Nine in salary we receive that day. When I be big money then 10 day. It being get for get that entire salary day. So the promised Messiah al-Islam in San Antonio. One paimpadi asked Dr. Khalifa Sahib that, you know, you before left small thing for your family. To which he being get for answer say, the Messiah of God don't write that need they for serve the religion. So how I go left any amount for anything else? Has that Dr. Sahib been so exceptional by in financial sacrifice and for the religion that the promised Messiah being fulfill the need say for all and back and say now you don't need for make any further sacrifice in this regard. Huzur say this now be the examples of the companions them of the promised Messiah alayhi salatu wasalam. In the time of every caliphate we find the examples there. The two other examples then they in the time of the promised Messiah Islam has got Sufi Nawi Bak Sahib Muhajir Qadian say one time I attend the annual Jalsa Salana, the convention, and I submit that in seclusion I go like for say something to the promised Messiah Islam. The promised Messiah say come inside. So this person say, by accident, the door being for remain open, it being for enter, and other guests themselves being kind inside with me, I being for submit. That my papa say that we don't, since we start in employment financially, the promised Messiah Islam, and in one good Ahmadi, that all the jewelry we have been get, I don't sell them. Everything it been get forget to chanda or sadaka. Sometimes to one day home it been get for sell some of him property then, or something be happen where it been get for sell. So it been get for complain about this. So in Papa self they complain like how in web self they complain. So it been get for submit to the promised Messiah Islam that yeah. Now I don't come na Kadian, and now I don't observe it in the happen here. And for the sake of serving the religion, you followers them. They sacrifice thousands upon thousands of rupees. Pray that Allah will give me double or triple salary so that I will serve you. So he say, after we mention this complaint, when I see the example, financial background more stable, but yet still at the sacrifice. People and they from different countries then. For example, people and they in Africa. But first, I go like for mention example from people of less well circumstances of the promised Messiah. As Al-Qazi Sahib, he relates the narration of Shah Sahib. He say, Bakutendende, I can ask from Shah Sahib that any special reason there why you go Qadian Bakutendem? Because it be used for travel from in village. It go travel through Qazi Sahib in village for go na Qadian, and at night it go stay na Qazi Sahib in village. So Divine Sahib being come from Darwar, it be used for walk on foot for go Qadian, when like boku miles from Narwa to Qadian. They say even if you go take shortcuts, even then now like 100 miles where you go travel by foot. So you say sign Sahib that why especially you can go na Qadian, or you can just go there no more out of need for meet the promised Messiah alayhi Islam. So sign Sahib being for answer mean a person will go be considered for be poor. First of all, I get that wish for meet the promised Messiah. Secondly, me not a person with gentry. I'm not able for get chanda like how other people like can give. People where then get better circumstances that can get thousands of rupees. Me want for go there for start for make place for hospitality. That is the type of straw bed where I go look for make for free, and that go cover that guilt where I get because I'm not able for sacrifice financially. So this work for create that bed, it will give me satisfaction and contentment. So for that reason, I can help for make them better than they in the Lanka Kana, the guest house, and that one now they consider as me own chanda, as me own contribution. Huzur say this that spiritual status will be even present among Jama'at members that will not be gentry. Even today on time self and time, we find how Allah don't put the same spirit inside people. The people of even far off places where just few years ago where Ahmadiyya can at the world, then people don't accept Ahmadiyyat and then don't accept for enter inside the Ahmadiyya Muslim Jama'at with all their heart. We see wondrous examples of them financial sacrifice. The spirits of 1400 years ago, they don't run alive inside them today. The promised Messiah Islam, a give example of some people and doing a own time, and we see that spirit in them people except today. And this now that spirit where they run alive and the followers of the promised Messiah Islam even today. And this don't create. This happened as a result of the freshness of faith. The missionary of Marshall Islands say Isaac Sahiba de we na a very virtuous lady and he can make beaucoup efforts for one the Lanka Kana, the communal kitchen. Then can prepare food 2 times a day where this man can prepare and then can cook them. Anytime we can get in your salary. The first thing we go do as well as in Grand picking them, now forgive financial sacrifice, get highest amount of financial what feature contribution. The missionary say this now the people where you see the home, we see say now people where then get difficult financial situation. The blessed words of the promised Messiah alayhi Islam, it remind you from that a true believer will be happy for stay na that poto os. Where the rich emperor no go get that same happiness na in your palace society. Then Lawrence Ayibade we come up from Marshall Island and serve the work na the Lanka Canana, the public kitchen. I remind them towards what fee Jadid in ending and say we contribution they don't small. After the Friday's prayer, Lauren Sahiba been go to the office and give your what fee Jadid contribution for exceed the promise of last year. Then the missionary from Kazakhstan say, Ayan Ibrahim Sahib, a mention in contribution. He say, I see such time in my life. Ibrahim Ayan Sahib will explain. I explain such time where I not be even get enough food for daily bread. Sometimes then I can trust, forget money for it. My wife say, how we go survive? How we go survive like this? But even in this circumstance, I still continue for contribute or get chanda. Still not be my own principle that anytime I go receive any amount of money, the first thing I go do, now forgive my own contribution, my own chanda now be a wondrous treatment of Allah with me. That anytime I go pay me contribution, Allah the Almighty go provide me with better financial circumstance, me wealth, but Kuteneke ask me that who say you can get the money there? I answer say all of this are the blessings of my contributions, because Allah no go ever make person disgrace with a person they can spend for the way of Allah. Allah say when you spend in my way, na me say go reward you boku one, and Allah don't fulfill this promise here. Near to a city na Cameroon, one local Jama'at Dede, one person Dede with a Muhammad Sahibi is say, me a poor person, I be used for work on a farm of different people. But after we have become an Ahmadi, I start for pay me contribution or give chanda. Allah not only accept me contribution, but He reward me to such a degree that I be able for make me own farm, Mrs. Allah is say, I accept my contribution because Allah reward me to such a degree that maybe the owner of the farm self I be used for be a laborer at the farm. Now me na a owner of the farm. Na a Jama'at Ahmadiyya community dede. Outside people and dede generally they get some difficult circumstance. One person say, I been harvest tiger nuts, and I say I will give 1/10 of my harvest to chanda but after the harvest, such kind of rain come where it cause the plant for damage because the water been boku, the crops of all my neighboring farm been destroyed or they won't be reduced. But somehow Allah been for bless me on plantation so much that outside other people only get 5 or 6 bag from the harvest. Equivalently, me be able to get 10 or 11 bags of harvest, and this na be that kind of circumstance where Bokuten then day with the harvest where kidon well, the price can go up. Somebody will get more profit, but it not ever become greedy. It be make a promise in your heart with Allah the Almighty, and no tell a promise to anybody, because if you don't make the promise in your heart to Allah the Almighty, so for that reason they been get for ready for make a sacrifice for the sake of Allah. And according to the promise, every 11th bag or harvest where it been promised for ghee to us chanda, it been get for ghee, and money not cause them for make it go become greedy. Huzur say we find such kind dedicated people and where they make sacrifices in the Ahmadiyya Muslim Jama'at, and then in every country. Jama'at Day na the Gambia, Usayanda, the local Jama'at member, say I receive an amount of money where I split it into 2. I keep one part for chanda or my contribution, the other one I been for keep for me on personal expenditure. Fortunately, money I keep for me personal expenditure I been for loss now it only gets the money we don't keep for in chanda or a contribution ways until we use them in any way. But despite this impersonal need we get, and I use that money day where we don't keep for chanda for any personal expenditure. Greed not push them. And not make any excuse for spend out of that money day, and he thinks say whatever money I don't keep aside for me on contribution, I go give for the contribution, and I promise so I been get for pay. Allah the Almighty been get for 3 times in such a way that after some time that money day been lost, somehow we been get for Siam, and a personal need self, Allah the Almighty been get for fulfill them for him. So when somebody truly they in need of something, Huzur say, then person obviously it will increase in them wish for something way natural, but Allah the Almighty they fulfill person in need in a strange way. Other example they of the need of money, the love of money, and how it not go overcome person a wish for sacrifice. And one Jama'at, one person they where a promise forgive what Fijr did. Every year it can pay towards this contribution, but this year due to the flood, the crops and way the plants being get for damage, and they been get for things say, but people are not going to pay the contribution due to the flood we don't come with them well and plantation them. But this person here with them call Sani Sahib, he said despite the heavy rain we come, despite the flood and the crops we don't well, and sometimes the plantation not go get that kind harvest day again, but being for say me not go reduce that amount that I don't promise for my contribution. In fact, being for give more pass waiting be don't promise today. Another example day, despite personal needs, the person been put in personal contribution above. Nipsin na one local Jama'at yanda usa less rain no been come. As a result, then been get a very negative impact per the crop. Some side they heavy wind day, the other side they better rain no come. Other places in the natural disaster they other place they better sun or better rain no come. Inflation day, all this on the incur occur different countries. Them now the local missionary say them people they don't get money how they go contribute. But when they explain to the people in the village that the year of work which they don't they come to an end, one chef is if they win a 1% being get for tonight being get for say every year regularly we can pay with contribution. No year no ever can it we Allah no reward it no reward we it more. So therefore Allah don't they bless with contributions them. And it don't improve with personal circumstance and situation. Despite then in a very difficult situation, we circumstance being for improve. So we're not gonna make greedy. So then say being for pay them contribution. Huzur say from here, the greed for wealth not overcome them people here. Then Tanzania Day, which I want party day where them call Ibrahim Saif. He say when he can know the blessings of contribution every year, he decide for give certain amount for financial sacrifice through the blessings of this. Really, it been for make me work for improve. Allah been for improve my personal expenses. Once the local missionary advised me towards contribution, and I been get an amount where I don't keep for invest in my business. But upon this expression of need for work which I did, I been for pay the amount there. Now the person who have for buy some stock or invest into, I been for say I not get enough money now, but I not do for buy my business. Upon this, I been for say okay. The possessions, the stock will be need half of the money if you don't give. The rest it go give later. So he say, would I give this half money here? Up to today, I don't know would I pay that half money day on my behalf. So Allah the Almighty sometimes they help some people in unseen way. Huzur say some people sometimes they through financial sacrifice people and don't they get employment. One local khadim, one local young man from Czech Republic citizen, he say how Allah the Almighty guide them. He said through financial sacrifice God don't bless me with a new spiritual life. I see me company students them way then they pan worry but me get peace. Everybody they in a race for earn money, whereas now me own habits that any money I go receive, I go sacrifice them in the way of Allah. May Paddy then say, what's not the point? Benefits no day in this. May Allah, may God don't testify that in my life a link towards this contribution. He say, I be there in search of a work. I find difficulty forget work, but through the blessings of my financial contribution, that difficulties there, God will remove them. God provide for me accommodation. My pockets be empty. But now, he say, Allah the Almighty don't they always fill up my pocket. I give chanda and Allah don't they fulfill me needs some way or the other. From India, one power we office holder them say, one power we people them been get work fee that did promise of 24,000. Few days left. He say, now few days no more I don't left for pay this amount here, but I guess some money I don't save. But I need forgive this money for important task. So I tell him say at the end of the work fee did task. So pay now or later. He say, I been for put my trust in Allah and pay me contribution. The very next day, that person day, I been for get a call that a large amount of money they where they side in relation to in business where he no be able for take. He been for get 50,000 out of that, and the one way been owe and the money been for promise and say go get and the balance quickly. Huzur say, look how Allah the Almighty said to this person that you left your personal needs. You try for fulfill the needs of the Jama'at, and therefore me go help you. This now how Allah the Almighty they assist and they help with the grace of Allah the Almighty within the Ahmadiyya Muslim Jama'at. The expenditure way don't they happen. The promised Messiah ﷺ say that no profit don't go appear in the world where for one the scheme we don't go make financial sacrifice or appeal. And the Ahmadiyya Muslim Jama'at for one all the systems them we for make appeal for funds, all the missions them all over the world, then self then can utilize the funds and then self that they spend locally in a different countries then. But in African countries then people and they will not get better, but yet still they give them contributions. But boko expenditure then they mission houses and they mosques and they yet this time now Africa always now 7,900 mosques and they where they already, and over 306 mosques where they build currently. Every year dozens of new mosques project and they where they happen in Africa. Over 800 missionaries and then they run currently. We get 400 central missionaries them. We get over 2,000 mualimin or local teachers or missionaries them. Where did they? Then Africa, South America, Ireland, all of this now money where they come from the center of the Jama'at for fulfill all the expenditure of their missionaries there. Yeah, for fulfill the one expenditure of the literature, the missions them where they go on. Sometimes we can sell upward literature from Naya from the center. Apart from the main books them, Bokutendende, we can shape the books them for free. So all of these expenditure, by the grace of Allah the Almighty don't they continue for support this Sometimes it is unknown that such a global scheme and project, how will they carry out all this with this small amount here? If we look at the amount combined with Tariqi Jadid and Waqf Jadid, now like 30 or 31 million combined, but yet still through this combined expenditure, yeah, we see in 106 countries them in 106 countries we get grant equivalent to Dande that we get Jama'at where they cause millions. We get MTA, we get few millions as well where they can spend on them. Then we get central expenditures then at the center. Allah the Almighty to fulfill all the expenditures there in we won't able to imagine selves on 10 and they and it's Allah say the expenditures are so high, but however we can fulfill them. Somehow Allah can fulfill them for we and not ever allow any difficulty to happen. With the grace of Allah the Almighty, this mission don't they continue with this work and self don't they continue for march forward. Allah don't promise this to the promised Messiah Islam that I will give you money and I will give you wealth, and Allah don't they give you this wealth. Allah the Almighty don't they give you funds and make Allah give it strength for spend them in the correct way and allow it for spread them in the right way and make no wrongful expenditure no good day. The promised Messiah Islam say it's not possible for una for love the money and instead for love God at the same time. Una for love only one. So looking at the one them we go love Allah. If anybody among una love Allah, then is spent in the way of Allah, then I will say to una with certainty that compared to other people, and una will get more blessings by una money, because money no they come from nowhere, and they come with Allah in will. So anybody will go give some amount for the sake of Allah, and will get a reward for them. But anybody will not they spend in the way of Allah and elect that money there in the way that before don't spend the way of Allah, eventually they go lost that money. They will not consider say not true una effort una get money, not true Allah in will and power, and not ever consider that when una give any amount of money or for serve in any other way, Allah the Almighty una don't do favor to or to in choosing one. In fact, now a favor upon una that it don't call una for this service, and I say if una all left me and una completely cut yourself off from me, Allah will cut other people and new nations the way go serve me. Remember, this is the work of the heavens. Una service now purely for una self, for una own change and una own improvement. Una not become proud and arrogant and think say I do such and such financial service to the Jama'at. I say to una repeatedly, Allah the Almighty no want una services at all. Now the blessings of Allah the Almighty that in don't give una the strength for this service here. Also say this is that understanding mentality that the promised Messiah lifestyle Islam don't put inside the Ahmadiyya Muslim Jama'at. With the grace of Allah the Almighty, today for over 130 and 135 years old on past, despite this spirit they side Jama'at member the way they want very strong. And the youth, and the new Ahmadi them, and even the one that we don't come to the Jama'at and don't they continue for make this sacrifice. I just don't present few examples to now as to how Jama'at member they understand this spirit here of how Allah they bring blessings into their spending, and then don't they prepare for make every sacrifice, make Allah give blessings into the lives, into the money. With this, I will also present a report of the Waqf Jadid, a show to the extent to which we don't make sacrifice. With the grace of Allah the Almighty, the 67th year of Waqf Jadid don't come to an end on the 31st of December 2024. Around 14 million them contribute by Jama'at member them all over the world in pounds. This now over 736,000 pounds past the last year alone. In terms of the sacrifices where they make, the first country, the first rank, na UK. Strong competition there between UK and Canada. Canada don't increase their sacrifice boku one, but then they behind UK. Third, na Germany. Then United States, India, Australia. One country from Middle East, Indonesia. Then another country from the Middle East, then Belgium. Now Africa, in terms of total collection and rank of the Jama'at, Ghana 91st, Mauritius, Burkina Faso 3rd. Now this country here, the situation very tough, but despite this, that they continue to make boku sacrifice. We know we forget reports from all over the country. They will get Tanzania, Liberia, the Gambia, Nigeria, Sierra Leone, Benin, Congo, Kinshasa. In terms of the number of participants, them, according to the reports, now over 1.5 million, when are the total number of people who participate in this scheme. In terms of the increase of the individual participants, them, despite adverse financial sacrifice, now Pakistan, they don't add their money. Nigeria, Cameroon, Sierra Leone, Congo, Brazzaville, all them countries they don't add the number of participants them. The top 10 large Jama'at then the United Kingdom, sacrifice we get Farnham, Western Park, Islamabad, Warsaw, Aldershot South, Ash, Chin South, Gillingham, Aldershot North. In terms of the top 5 regions, them, first, Islamabad, Baitul Futuh, Midlands, Masjid Fazal, and Baitul Ihsan. In terms of the Atfal department, Daftar Atfal, that is a separate Waqf Jadid department. The first top 10, na Aldershot first, North, Farnham, Ash, Aldershot North, South, Burden, Chim South, Islamabad, Roehampton Vale, Manchester North, Warsaw. In terms of the rank of the Amarat, Canada, the provinces, first Vaughan, then Calgary, then Peace Village, then Vancouver, Toronto West, Brampton East, and Toronto. And in terms of the large Jama'at, then the top rank, we get Hamilton first, Edmonton West, Hamilton Mountain, Milton West, Baitur Rahman, Saskatoon, Durham West, Montreal, Baitul Afiat, Winnipeg, Newfoundland. In terms of Daftar Atfal, the Atfal department, the significant contribution: Vaughan, Toronto West, Vancouver, Peace Village, Calgary, Mississauga, Brampton East, Brampton West, Toronto. In terms of Department of Atfal, Jama'at, Durham West, then Hadik Ahmad, Bradford East, Montreal West, Milton East, Hamilton Mountain, Hamilton West, Winds. Now Germany, the top 5 local Jama'at them, first na Hamburg, then Frankfurt, Wiesbaden, Brussels. In terms of the top 10 Jama'at na Germany, first na Daftar Atfal by region na Germany, first na Wiesbaden, then Hamburg, Hessen. Now the United States of America, the top 10 Jama'at: Maryland first, Los Angeles, North Virginia, Silicon Valley, Seattle, Detroit, Chicago, Dallas, South Virginia, Houston. In terms of Atfal, top 10, first na Seattle, Philadelphia, North Virginia, Georgia, Carolina, Chicago, Austin, Dallas, Oshkosh, Detroit, Maryland. Now Pakistan, with the grace of Allah, yeah. Relatively speaking, beaucoup effort they would make. And they make beaucoup sacrifice. First, Lahore, Rabwa, Karachi the third. In terms of districts, Islamabad first, Sialkot, Faisalabad, Gujarat, Gujranwala, Sargodha, Umarkot, Multan, Hyderabad, Mirpur Khas. In the top 10 Jama'at, first Islamabad, Township Lahore, Darul Zikr, Karachi, Lahore, Baitul Faisalabad, Multan, Gujranwala city. In terms of Atfal, the 3 big Jama'at then, first na Lahore, second Rabwa, and third na Karachi. In terms of the district positions, Atfal, first na Islamabad, then Sialkot, then Narwabad, Umarkot, Rawalpindi, Gujranwala, Mirpur Khas, Gujarat, Hyderabad. Some Jama'at and they will make extraordinary contribution. Now India, the first 10 Jama'at, Kerala, Jammu Kashmir, Punjab, West Bengal, Maharashtra, Uttar Pradesh. The top 10 Jama'ats. First na Kadian, Hyderabad, Calicut, Manjeri, Bangalore. Top 10 Jama'ats na Australia, Castle Hill, Melbourne, Marsden Park, Melbourne Clyde, Logan East, Melbourne Berwick, Penrith Bath, Adelaide West. In terms of the Jama'at, Australia, Castle Hill, the first, Marsden Park, Logan East, Melbourne Berwick, Melbourne Clyde, Penrith Bath, Adelaide West, and then Blacktown. In Atfal, Melbourne Lagwan, Perth, Plumpton, Adelaide South, Melbourne Clyde, Penrith, Melbourne West, Marsden Park, Brisbane Central, Melbourne Barrow. Make Allah the Almighty bless the lives of all the one that we don't make them sacrifices they are. And I also pray that this year of 2025 will be a year of blessed one for the Ahmadiyya Muslim Jama'at. Make Allah protect the entire Jama'at from every evil. Extremist faction in Pakistan, from time to time, don't they rise and don't they come before? But in opposition to the Ahmadiyya Muslim Jama'at, under the disguise of the law, then don't they try for put all kind of balu and persecution for the Jama'at member them. We grieve them, they're not safe. We grieve, they're not safe. We whom they're not safe. Make Allah work out means of the quick punishment of their enemies they are, and make the Ahmadis them go be safe. People and the target, Rabwa especially, make Allah keep Rabwa safe. I don't give Boku emphasis towards Durud Sharif for send blessings upon the Holy Prophet some time ago. The Ahmadi in Pakistan and Ahmadi all over the world for do the same. Pray for the Ahmadis in Bangladesh. Make Allah keep them safe from the evil of the opponents them. Also a new government do enter Nasir. Make Allah keep the Ahmadi them Nasir safe and keep them under special protection. Similarly, other countries than they, for example, countries in Africa, make Allah keep Ahmadis them safe and sound. Now all in country they are. Now the duty and obligation of every single Ahmadi for pray for this, especially themselves pray for our country that also on a day. Also, they want them when a Pakistani them with they abroad. The general circumstances of the world don't they indicate say war. And they very close to we. Make Allah save every innocent person from the bad effects of the war. Them people here, they celebrate hugely for the new year. Baku celebration day, the fireworks and day, with and lights. But everybody, they only look at their own personal self-happiness. Nobody they consider the pain and suffering of other people. So many countries and they will them poor. So many countries and they will have victims them of the major power they are. We don't they continue for put wickedness by them. Make Allah in this new year go win the plan of the major power they are. And make the oneness of Allah the Almighty go be witnessed, go be established in the world. Truly, make Allah give it strength for do so. Amen. Allahumma amen.
Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah, nahmaduhu wa nasta'inuhu wa nastaghfiruhu wa nu'minu bihi wa natawakkalu alayhi wa na'udhu billahi min shururi anfusina wa min sayyiati a'malina. Man yahdihillahu fala mudilla lahu ومن يضلل فلا هادي له ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله ونشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله عباد الله رحمكم الله إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون اذكروا الله يذكركم وادعوه يستجب لكم ولذكر الله أكبر.